Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again, and today I'm gonna bring you some Illaoi Vayne. This is a pretty crazy deck that I actually saw Raphterra, who's another very prominent YouTube content creator and also creates guides in some of the websites as well, play. And he played it on Master. He actually released a guide on this, so we kind of joking his deck and giving this a shot because this deck looked really fun and I actually had a lot of fun also playing it. So if you don't know who Raphterra is, make sure that you go to their YouTube channel and subscribe here to them. He's the one I got this deck from. He also has a guide on the Acolyte. And then while you're also subscribing to Raphterra, you can subscribe to us. We are a little bit over 200 subs away from getting to 5,000. So let's make a push to try to get to 5,000 before the end of the year. That will make my 2022 very special. So remember to do that first and then come right back to this video. How does this deck work? The idea here is that we're obviously using the new landmark, which is Eye of the God, to just make our tentacles really big, right? This card actually adds up really quickly before you realize this. I was playing this deck, I was surprised of how bigger our tentacles are getting compared to previous Illaoi decks that I played in the past. Obviously, Bar Illaoi is probably still the forever strongest deck that Illaoi has seen. But the fact that we can spawn two and we can actually have more than one Eye of the God equipped at a time makes our tentacle just get so big really quick. So then you're synergizing that with the Demacia package, giving you access to strikes and other spells like that to help you support and just push that lethal damage that you need. So this is going to be a mid-range deck that just kind of relies on finishing the game by getting really big tentacles and pushing damage with Illaoi Overwhelm or with the Tentacle having Overwhelm from the Seas Boys and going like that. We are playing two Silence and Suppress. Again, I got this deck list directly from Runeterra, so he is playing two Silence and Suppress. It's a really good tech card against all the Aatrox decks right now, right? It's really good, especially like on the Blooming Cultist, because you can get rid of the equipment and also silence the Blooming Cultist, so it doesn't have elusive anymore. So it can feel really nice to slow down the Aatrox decks, right? The idea is that you're trying to slow them down enough for you to be able to stabilize and be able to win. But I do think this deck does struggle with the Aatrox decks because it's really weak to the Unforgiving Call. Unforgiving Call is really powerful, so if the Aatrox deck has the Unforgiving Call, you will never be able to kill the Aatrox even with Concerted Strike. But we play this to kind of give us a little bit of an edge in case the opponent doesn't enjoy that. Two Steadfast Ilkin just as some early blockers. Watchful Idol is the key card that you want to get in your mulligan, letting you get your tentacles started right away. Triple Eye of the God is the landmark that we're trying out with this deck, and again, you want to equip this on one of your units early on and start just building up those tentacles. It's also a really nice synergy. If you can get the Eye of the God into the Ranger Knight, it's kind of cool because then your Ranger Knight gets to attack with Scout, allowing it to summon two tentacles, and then when she attacks again, allowing it to spawn two, and then when she attacks again, she spawns two one more time. Broadwind, really good early challenger. One Sharpside to potentially save our units. Three Darking Ages, another equipment that works really well with Broadwind. It can also work well with Illaoi to keep her out of range of some stuff that can kill her. Obviously with Vayne as well, etc. And you do want to have access to all this equipment so that you can actually take advantage of the Vayne tumble, getting you actually to equip those free units. And obviously the Joral is a really good unit as well to finish up the game. Two Cataclysms is a really nice way to finish up games because you can just attack with your Overwhelm Illaoi or your Overwhelm Tentacle after you have already attacked once. With the Seas Boys. Seas Boys is there to increase our tentacle and give us Overwhelm. Vayne is there because the tumbles are really good with Illaoi. Remember, when you tumble and you have an Illaoi, she's still going to trigger her ability, right? So she could potentially get a bunch of power from the tentacle. It's really easy for Illaoi to just become a super big unit that the opponent will not be able to do anything a while and level her up really easily. Additionally, you can tumble into the Eye of the God of the Darking Ages to get even more value than what you have gotten otherwise. Triple Combat Cook, obviously really strong unit, gives us those equipment that we can actually transfer to other units. Triple Illaoi is one of the ways that we mainly win our games. We summon Illaoi, and you have so many ways to attack with her between Cataclysm and the tumbles that is very easy to just level up and push a lot of pressure with her. Obviously, she is going to be weak to like Vengeance and some direct removal, but those decks are not as popular right now either because of Aatrox being kind of allowing to beat up a lot of the control decks. We talked about the Ranger Knight Defector. The synergy here is obviously the Eye of the God, allowing us to get two double body from it. Double Consider Strike so we can potentially kill an Aatrox or Vayne or Kayn or any other big unit that we need to go into. triple Iron Burst for some draw, as well as get our Tentacles bigger, and then finally 2 Champion Strength. Because right now, we're in Demacia. There's actually a pretty cool turn 5 one-turn kill where you can have Illaoi on the field and have at least a couple Tentacles. And because the way that Illaoi works is that she gains power equal to the strongest Tentacle, she will double dip from the Champion Strength. And remember, she will have Scout, so they all get to attack again. It's very easy. If you have Illaoi on the field plus Champion Strength, you pretty much win the game on the spot. But that's why we play it. It's kind of like a nice way to finish up some game in certain situations. The deck actually felt really decent. It felt really decent. It is struggles like against the Aatrox decks, like I mentioned, but it can hold its own against other decks like Reliquary, Champion Strength decks, etc. It is a very fair deck though, right? So you actually have to play smart, take good lines to actually be able to finish up the game. Otherwise, you might get stuck not being able to stabilize and finish the game. So hope you enjoy the games coming up soon, and if you do, make sure to like this video below and subscribe to us. We post our videos every single day, and we're also close to 5,000. I'll see you at the end of the video for some additional mulligan tips. In this matchup, we're going up against Kayle Garen. So it should be mostly elites, is what I'm guessing. Honestly, the Concerted Strike is not bad. I might need strikes to deal with their stuff, but because we have Vayne, I might greed out. There we go, we get the Watchful Idol. I might greed out to just building for a big Tentacle. Illaoi would be amazing here. Is it better to do Watchful Idol, or is it better to just play the Eye of the God? Or is it better to wait until we have the mana with Vayne to actually like take advantage of it? We could open pass, right? We could open pass, see what the opponent does, because the opponent would like to probably play Battlesmith or any other 2-drop next turn instead. Or we could just, because the problem is that if I play the Eye of the Dragon right now and the opponent has like a single combat or something, they get to kill my Tentacle, right? Which I don't want to deal with. Opponent is thinking about this. Why? I mean, I can't block, right? It's an easy 2 damage. Vayne is really good. Vayne is really good because the Tentacles are going to be trading a lot, especially once they have the Eye of the God attached to them. Yeah, so we're going to open pass. Opponent wants to play a unit here. Okay. I'm going to play the Eye of the God. If the opponent wants to block with the Broadwind, I think I'm okay with that because we get a Tentacle right back anyways. If they don't block, then these Tentacles become a 4/4 and opponent has a harder time dealing with the Tentacle. Yeah. So they want to block it right now. I'm completely okay with this because remember, we have Vayne, so we will be able to just equip the Eye of the God for free at a later turn. Which is pretty dope. We could go... No, I want to get this. I want to get this discounted. I think I absolutely want to get this discounted. So I think I want to just slam Vayne right now, even if technically the Watchful Idol could make me a little bit bigger. Because I could go Tumble into Eye of the God. The only answer that the opponent has for that is going to be single combat. And if they single combat here, they're sacrificing one of the units. We could go the Elkin first and just keep the Tumble for a while. This gives us a decent blocker, but I kind of don't want to give them the opportunity, right? I don't want to give them the opportunity. So I'm going to go like this. I want to make this Tentacle bigger. Because this Tentacle can attack twice. Okay, opponent doesn't have the strike for it. So now this Tentacle is really big. It's going to be a 6 attack. And we're going to have the Condemn available to potentially kill something that the opponent summons here. They will need to summon something that has 4 power. Otherwise, this doesn't matter. I can actually attack with both. Yeah, I can actually attack with both, and I'm chilling. Just cash on 9 damage. Cash on 9 damage. Tentacle, Watchful Idol, or do I play the Connect? Opponent wants to play Garen, right? Opponent wants to play Garen, and then they'll be able to actually kill my Vayne. So because they're telegraphing the Garen, I think I'm actually willing to commit the Vayne. I guess, okay, we don't have to, right? We have... No, we will have to, right? The only way to save the Vayne will be to actually commit for the Condemn. If the opponent plays Garen, Garen will be a 6/6. This is not able to beat it unless we commit the Watchful Idol. Let's do the Watchful Idol. This makes it a 5/5, and when we tumble with the Tentacle, it becomes a 7/7. So their Garen will not be able to kill it. Or we could just slam the Condemn. So we could slam the... I mean, opponent probably is not going to be able to attack, right? Because they attack and just blocking with the Tentacle. They want to kill this. They want to kill this Bane. My concern is if they have like a sharp. I guess if they have a sharp side, it doesn't really work. They will have to have a single combat. So yeah, I think we always go like this. I think we always go like this and just make this a 9/7. Have them trade with their Garen. We build our Tentacle back up. They want to kill Kane. They want to kill Bane. They have to block this, right? They have to block this. So they can go with the Garen. Or they can block like this, I guess. And now they can drag the Tentacle instead with the Browin. Which I'm fine with, because then that means we keep our Bane alive. I guess opponent could have access to a single combat here. Which would allow them to actually level up their Garen. And then I'm in trouble. Doesn't have it. Interesting. Obviously, the problem right now is that the opponent has a big Garen, so we want to get this Condemn cheaper, right? We want to get this Condemn cheaper. We can go do so with Tumble plus another unit attack. So Tumble plus something else. This also will level up our Bane. I guess since Bane levels up, it's probably better to go like this, right? That way Bane can level up, and if anything, even if our Bane dies first, oh, this is actually awkward because now we give him the level up, right? So he can strike back and kill our Bane. Ah, okay, so this is a misplay. Opponent can strike back and kill our Bane here. Because the Garen goes to 7. Oh, actually, the strikes happen at the same time, so she stays alive, she stays alive. So, now we need to have enough mana to actually attack with the Condemn, right? So all we want right now is to Condemn. So we could go for Eye of the God. Attack with the Tentacle and have Condemn available to kill Garen.
Welcome. Good luck out there.
Captain Crownguard, I'm Sithria.
I need to condemn that Garen, right? I need to condemn that Garen. That Garen being leveled up is a big deal. Opponent is kind of preparing for a champion strength here, by the way. This is looking to me like a champion strength, but especially if they decide to keep this Garen alive and not trade. Okay, so they are trading. So now we can trade with both units. I think I'm gonna let this resolve first. Because I think I'm gonna condemn using the Bane as my target. That way I can beat a sharp side. I don't beat a single combat, but the opponent hasn't been playing like they have single combat. Because if they have single combat, they could have done it in the Garen last turn. So that way I just beat the sharp side. Because that would be the scariest one to deal with. We're in a position again where we can get the Tentacle not pretty big, but decent, I guess. The problem is that we have no way to actually trigger the Condemn. We do. Ooh, hell. Okay, this Illaoi changes things, I think. This Illaoi changes things. I'm gonna play it slow. We could block here. We can block here. Go like this. We can play the Illaoi.
Stand and be tested.
Illaoi will buff this up to 3 and then to 4, and then she will get 5. It's not enough to actually get the full value from the Illaoi. Still need to do it, right? Because if I go like this, right? If I go like this is only going up to 3. It's only going up to 3 because the Illaoi triggers first. So the opponent can still just kill it. So the best way to do it is to go like this and just continue trading the Tentacle. This way the opponent is forced to at least put some damage on the Kayle, and then my Condemn is going to be better in a future turn. We can play the Browin. We could have done it on the Browin actually. It was probably better to do it on the Browin. But I don't mind playing the Broadwind here because we'll be able to kill that Kayle next turn. So we can Broadwind, Combat Cook, and then create for a pretty big attack again. Opponent could force Demacia to stall us out. Okay, now that we have Concerted Strike, I don't think that's necessarily the case anymore. I think we just go like this. Again, I can't do it here. I have to do it like this. Yeah, I have to do it like this. This sets me up for the Condemn and the Concerted Strike to punish anything that the opponent wants to do. Which at this point, Champion Strike is the only thing that do it. Yeah, the fact that we got the Concerted Strike helps us out a lot here. Because this Illaoi is going to get pretty big with the Tentacle now in the field. And the fact that, yeah, because we can go like this.
Test yourself.
So if we go like this, this is lethal. Well, it's not lethal just yet, right? It's not lethal just yet. It's not lethal just yet. So let's keep the Bane back to make sure that we're not losing 20 random things, right? This Illaoi becomes a 7, a 6, 5. Yeah, so we kill the Kayle. We keep the Bane alive. And the Illaoi with the Tumble wins the game next turn. Nothing that the opponent does here matter. Don't even need to do anything now. Opponent just show that they have some card in their hand that they wanted to play. No need to give it to them. Then we tumble. Illaoi goes big. We go like this. Illaoi becomes a 7. We have access to Concerted Strike to present the lethal. Opponent could have the Kayle spell, I guess, right? That will punish this Illaoi play, but we have a second Illaoi, so I don't completely hate it. We could have also just leveled up the Illaoi by doing Tentacle Smash first. But that still loses to the spell. Yeah, I guess we should have done Tentacle Smash first. Once we drew the second Illaoi, Tentacle Smash was probably better. We could have also just leveled up the Illaoi here by first doing Concerted Strike. So we had 100 ways to level up Illaoi before we actually committed this attack. But I think I'm so far ahead that I don't really care. Although I should be playing cleaner for you all, but I don't see a way that the opponent beats us anymore. Illaoi spell... I'm sorry, Kayle spell is problematic. But we can still do Concerted on the Broadwind so that we can level up the Illaoi and she doesn't die to the... I know, no, because the Kayle gives +1, right? So if the opponent does the Kayle spell under Kayle, it is able to kill our Illaoi, even if Illaoi levels up. But it's okay. I mean, we have a blocker for the Kayle, so it's not like the Kayle was killing me this turn anyways. Although actually it is lethal, right? Because if we level up the Illaoi, Illaoi goes to 8, which is gonna push the 2 damage even if the opponent bluffs with Kayle. So yeah, we will level up Illaoi here on the stack, allowing her to push the 8, to push the extra 2 damage that we need since the opponent is only at 2 HP. So a little bit rushed there at the end, right? I absolutely should have probably just gone for the Tentacle Smash first to actually level up our Illaoi. Because if we had made the Tentacles at A7, allowing it to survive against the Kayle, we could have even done it on the Broadwind instead, so that we wouldn't be, you know, risking losing the Tentacle to a sharp side. So yeah, GG's. And you get to see Illaoi level up, so I'm gonna let this play out before we move on to the next game. Nice. GG's. In this matchup, we're gonna against Jinx Champion Strength. So it's gonna be a Champion Strength deck. That's all they're looking to do. Don't think we have time to do our own Champion Strength though. I actually like the Eye of God over the Dark Ages, and then we want to probably look for cheaper things that we can use to block. Okay, now we can try to make like a really big Tentacle, and we still end up with the Watchful with the Dark Ages anyways. Acorn is very annoying because now the thing's gonna cost 7, and we have no way to stop that Acorn. That's so frustrating. We can play the Bane next turn. Right. So we can just play the Bane now and then play the Eye of the God and try to pressure that way. I'm gonna wait it out and see what the opponent does. Okay, I'm willing to attack with Bane too, by the way, because I want to trade their units now. Alright, so it might be better to actually play the Broadwind now instead of the Bane. Yes. I think it is important. Additionally, it's very good option that the opponent has access to a Get Excited. So I might not go for the Other God, I might go for the Dark Ages so that we play around and get excited. And here we go. So now we can attack like this. What do you have? Sparring Light? You're still loose, right? I mean, you're still losing here. I'm willing to trade everything away if you give it to me, because that means you have no units for the Champion Strength. The fact that the opponent decides not to trade it tells me that Champion Strength is a very good option. A very good possibility for them. What we can do is that we can play Bane and then play Defector and Eye of the God.
Just you and me, Fishbone.
So we can play Bane here. We are going to take that damage from Jinx though. That discounter on a tumble. But the opponent's going to have to start blocking. Maybe we don't take that damage. Maybe we just block with the Elfin. Opponent's going to have to start blocking here shortly. This can still kill the Jinx as well. Because we're going to play the Defector. Okay, opponent also doesn't have... No, they don't have enough mana for Champion Strength, right? At most, Champion Strength is only gonna be... only gonna be 7 mana. So opponent's gonna go for a Jinx level up win condition instead. I'm gonna go for my Defector. I'm gonna go for just my value here on my Tentacle and force the opponent to have to start blocking. Otherwise, they just straight up lose. If they have Champion Strength... Okay, yeah, opponent decided to trade against. If they have Champion Strength, they couldn't get rid of it until they actually play their hand house. So maybe that's why they went this way. Wait, that's actually nuts that the opponent actually took it like this. I'm absolutely still attacking with Bane, by the way. Because the more units that the opponent is blocking, the better it is for me. Yep, they have Champion Strength, so that's why they decided not to block the Bane. So what we need to do is just block the Daring Poro, I guess, or... I'm sorry, consider strike the Daring Poro. So this is Champion Strength. We can consider the Daring Poro. It's only dealing 10. Do we actually need to consider the Daring Poro? Like, am I scared of taking 10 damage? Because I can literally make it so that my Tentacle can trade, right? Because if I can tumble with the other guy, the Tentacle becomes 7. So the Tentacle could trade, but then we have no other unit to block. We take 10, we take 17. We will be taking 17, so I think it has to be concerted. But then I'm still taking 14. I'm still taking more damage if I concert. I think what we need to do is concert instead of the other play that I was thinking. So yeah, we're gonna consider here then. I'm gonna consider here and just take the 10 from the Daring Poro. That's the least amount of damage that I can take. That's the least amount of damage that I can take, right? We can block it here. Maybe the opponent chooses not to attack again and lose their Port Sheet. Wouldn't make sense not to. Okay. Opponent only have 1 Daring Poro left as a blocker. So they decided last turn that they're never actually leveling up the Jinx. Right? So that was kind of weird. We could start with this. We could start with this to get a second Champion Strength. Doesn't do it because it's only giving him the rally, unless the opponent finds another elusive. But they're gonna need to start blocking here, because even if they play another elusive here, they're losing to the attack with Bane. The chump block here. This is gonna be to 4. This is gonna also be a 4. Opponent gets the Jinx. So now they're losing to the Overwhelm then, right? So now we just commit all in on the Seas Boys. The Jinx is gonna deal a lot. But it's not enough, because opponent's gonna have to sacrifice their Jinx here. Is that true? We have double, yeah, because we have double, so this is gonna go to 6, 7. If we put this on it, it's gonna be 8. Yeah, opponent's gonna have to not sacrifice their... This is gonna be 4. We can put the Darking Ages here. So we can make it so the opponent sacrifices their gens, right? Because this can go 4. This will also go to 4. And this will be, you know, a good amount of damage. If we commit everything on the Tentacle instead, this is bringing it up to 3. This is bringing it up to 5. This is bringing it up to 7. And this is bringing it up to 8. Opponent's going to be forced to block this Tentacle too. Yeah, I think they still have to lose their gens no matter what, right? No matter which way we do it, they're still losing their gens. It's just a matter of which one we want to play the equipment on. Let's go like this. Let's go like this and just make our Tentacle as big as possible. Because this is going to be 8. Yeah, the Tentacle is 8. So even if they block by other 2 units, the Tentacle is pushing the damage. This is lethal. No matter which way they do, because of the overwhelm. I guess they can survive at 1 by blocking the Tentacle with Jinx. And then blocking the Vayne with the Poro. But they survive at 1 and our Vayne stays alive. So this was the best line. Because even though they live at 1, this keeps my Vayne alive for the tumble to finish up the game. If I went the other line, they could actually kill the Vayne and stay alive anyways. So yeah, so this is lethal no matter which way you do it. No, this doesn't work, right? The only way that you there's only one way that you can block here, and it's not gonna save you into the condemned next turn. I guess technically it does because we don't have an overwhelm, right? This thing loses the overwhelm, but opponent's still gonna have to block whatever unit we have here. Okay, we can just show them the champion strength and win the game that way. We can also just show them the champion strength to win the game, huh? Yeah. Yeah, so, yeah. It took me a second to see the line, but that was the correct line, right? By giving the Dark Ages to the Tentacle, and then the other guy to the other one. We make sure that our Tentacle alone has to be a unit that he has to block. So GG's. In this matchup, we get against Akshan, Varus, Sivir. Rather negation is kind of annoying. We have a good hand though. We have a good hand. I don't know that I need 2 Dark Ages. I want to keep 1 to synergize with the Vayne Tumble, but that should be enough, right? We can play Watchful Idol here. We can play the Elkin next turn as well. Maybe the Elkin was better. So I mean, if the opponent plays Akshan, I can just play Dark Ages instead, so that we can actually because this because we can block. If it's not, if it's actually even if it's Akshan, I think I'd rather just block the Bakai with the Elkin. No, they don't even go for it. Okay. We'll go like this. We'll go like this for now. We'll play the Vayne out on the field so that we can actually get progress towards the level up.
Those who kill innocents are no more than
it's gonna be a 3-3. We can attack with the Elkin. But it's actually gonna kill my Vayne. I guess we can attack with both, right? We can attack with both. I don't mind the Tentacle getting restarted. Yeah, I don't mind the Tentacle getting restarted. Maybe that's a mistake, right? Because we have the Siege Boys. Opponent has to open attack, otherwise they get punished by the Dark Ages. Unless they also have like a momentous choice or similar. Okay. So they need to have momentous choice, Shapestone, and they have momentous choice. Great. I thought it was better to actually kill that, though. No, I'll take it like this. I'll take my hit. They had the answer, right? They had the momentous choice. They had it. Can't do anything about it. Could have also been a Shapestone, I guess, but I think it's very unlikely that the opponent has access to a Shapestone in that scenario. We can play for the Dark Ages here to kill the Varus. If opponent has any strike or anything, then they have it. Again, it's one of those things where at this point, my hand is so awkward that I need to just push the damage where I can, and if they have it, they have it. So I'm just taking all the trade that I can and kind of just playing an autopilot. Yeah, they have the Absolver. I made it out and Absolver out of them. That's not bad at all. Like, that's not bad at all. Because remember, we still have access to the Cataclysm, and we have other things as well. Just kind of have to slowly chip them down until they run out of resources to actually keep their Varus alive. Problem is that they still have Unforgiving Cold and couldn't use it because obviously it doesn't affect the Broadwind. Grappling Hook as well, okay. Alright, I mean, they're really scared of the Tentacle. I mean, that levels up the Sivir. They're really scared of the Tentacles just becoming too big.
We're not taking it. We're taking it back.
There is a world. I don't think I want to actually commit on the Cataclysm just yet. I don't think I want to actually commit on the Cataclysm. Taking sits is kind of scary though. So what if we go like this? What if we just go like this and just block it? And then we just go out of the god here. We go Iron Knight Varus, still have access to Cataclysm, while also attacking for a bunch of damage. Opponent could have Unforgiving Cold, which will be kind of annoying to deal with. Yeah, there we go, but at least we baited it out. That's what they were saving for. They get a second Varus in their hand. The Varus gets restarted here. You can play the Bane. You can play the Bane. Just play Bane here, get the tumble as discounted as we can. I just need to be able to kill this Varus so that we don't die, and the access to Condemn helps me do exactly that. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to commit we have to commit this. Do we have to actually? I mean, let's see. If the opponent goes all in on leveling up their Varus, they might go all in on leveling up their Varus. And then they will have to have the Spam's protection to actually be able to save this Varus.
We deliver their end.
No? I have to commit the Condemn first. And if the opponent has the if the opponent has the Furious Wielder, then they have it. If they have the Furious Wielder, they have it. Just a Battle Negation? Alright, so yeah, we're gonna just commit for the Cataclysm on the Varus and just kill it now. So that the opponent has no more units that they can protect, and we also get the thing back from this. Are you kidding me? Back the momentous choice? Alright, I mean, I got punished. I mean, you know, it happens. That's on me then. I should have played around it maybe. No. I think it's fine. I think I have to always Cataclysm here. Maybe I don't need to Cataclysm here. I could just tumble here, but they have the answers. They have the answers. Had the Battle Negation. Had the momentous choice. Had exactly the mana that they needed to do all of that. And now the Varus is just able to just finish up the game on the spot. So this is gonna be freaking fun. This is gonna be fun. We can get the Tentacle at least to be very big. We could also just play Yoral. Might just play Yoral, to be honest. Might just play Yoral, because even if the opponent has access to a second Unforgiving Cold, this is forcing the opponent to actually use it now, because Yoral is making the Unforgiving Cold cost more mana. Right? So the Unforgiving Cold now costs more mana. We can tumble into the Eye of the God next turn to get the Scout. Opponent's gonna have to go for an outright here. Oh man, they have so many answers. They have so many answers, right? That's so annoying, actually. It's alright. It's part of the game. It's part of the game. This is not bad, by the way, because we can have the Overwhelm on the Tentacle. Cool. We do this now, by the way, so that the opponent doesn't have a chance to put the Swinging Glaive on it. Opponent has to block this, or has to have a Battle Negation for it. Or they could have, I mean, the Furious Wielder doesn't work because they don't have anything actually equipped to it. They either block here or they have to have an answer here. So they have a spell in their hand. They have a second spell, so they have the second Unforgiving Cold. Alright. Okay. Let me play Combat Cook, and that would allow me to block the Defector. Yeah, that should allow me to block the Defector. Because we can easily get something here that costs 5. That gives me 5 health, 5 attack. And this should win me the game now. So this wins me the game now, right? Opponent should have no answer for this. We got that. We got that. Sorry. Maybe a little bit of a salty game, but man, I couldn't believe just how many answers opponent had. I'm actually gonna go and commit for the Eye of the God instead and just attack with all my units. This gets me exactly, yeah, this gets me exactly to 5 and gives me another one. Yeah, this boom boom. We also get an extra mana gem. This becomes a 3/3, and this is lethal. We had to go through both Momentous Scrolls, double Unforgiving Call. Okay, yeah, maybe it was a little bit salty, so sorry about that, but it's kind of crazy when opponents have literally everything, and I could play around it, but at some point there's only so much that you can play around, so GG's. In this matchup, we're gonna against Ziggs, so Ziggs Acolyte. It's gonna be pretty much a race of whoever gets to the combo stuff first. I think I definitely need Illaoi or Tentacles to be able to go really big. Opponent kind of hard mulligan. So maybe they actually don't have the Acolyte early? Nope. Every time you think that they don't have the Acolyte, they will have it. They will have it. So it's always just doomed from the start. What I can do at least is get the Tentacles started up. Opponent gets to play their Acolyte. And now we get to just be super sad. Opponent gets to play a second Acolyte next turn. Watch. They always have 2. When they have 1, they always have 2. I'm okay with that block, because at any time the Acolyte could have been stronger, and we would never have been able to actually block. Like, the Acolyte would have been bigger than we could have been able to block with. Even if we have a second Acolyte here, oh, they're just gonna play Drop the Bomb. Okay, so we just play Vayne then.
Monsters still lurk in Demacia's every shadow.
So we just get to play Vayne. We get to play... kind of like the Scout. I kind of like the Scout. It gives me the Scout attack next turn, right? We can equip it with the Eye of the God. Opponent's gonna need to have another. Okay, opponent gets to kill it. No, yeah, they do get to kill it here. They do get to kill it here, unfortunately. But I think I'm trading. They're not trading. Oh, I don't agree with that. I'm trading the Vayne. I'm actually okay if the opponent blocks with the Vayne. If the opponent trades here. Because we want to trade those Acolytes before they get much bigger than what we can deal with. And I think opponent might have just realized that. I really have to tumble to be able to actually summon the Eye of the Tentacles next turn. The problem is that the opponent has so much stuff, right? To still be able to just win. The Scout here helps a lot. The Acolyte would have gotten way too big. I needed to be able to actually just trade with them, even if, like, either I push the extra 3 damage or the opponent lets me block. Opponent trades, because any Acolyte that the opponent summons takes 2 action unless they have another main deck construct or an actual main deck Acolyte in their hand right now, which means that they will have to sacrifice their draw if they do it that way. They have to be careful about, obviously, the rally here. So the rally into an Eye of the God is not bad, although the Eye of the God only being at 2 is not really a big deal. We can commit a second Eye of the God, by the way, and make our Tentacle be a 6/6, which is the fun part with this deck. Rider Negation? Could we just be a Rider Negation? Which is good for the opponent. Yeah, it said that we still do the same thing next time, right? We still have for the Eye of the God. So we still just commit the Eye of the God, and then we have the Tentacle again. We're still committing the Scout. Opponent's looking just for their stuff. We could actually do the Seas Boys into a second Eye of the God and make the Tentacle be pretty big. Problem is that gives them... opponent could just die here. Okay, they had to commit it. They had to commit it. Because if they don't commit that there... Let's go here first. Let's go here first. Have the Heads Plus in Minefield? Oh, that kind of sucks. That kind of sucks, then. That kind of sucks, because that does stop my... That stops my Scout from actually be able to push the damage that we needed her to. I guess what we can do is that we can play the Dark Ages here. make this tentacle attack with this. Opponent just blocks there, right? Opponent shouldn't even block anymore. Opponent's gonna block. Why you keep blocking? Why does the opponent keep blocking? I guess because the Acolyte now is stronger than my Defector, so it's okay. The Acolyte is strong. Doesn't it? Okay, Ziggs also does the trick, I guess. Yeah, he wants to just get the burn, right? He wants to just get the burn. We actually cannot. We cannot get the Scout this turn, which is the sad part. If we play this, because the problem is that this is gonna go to 5 health. This is gonna go to 5 health, which is bigger than what my Defector could do. We do have Tentacle. That doesn't work either though. I mean, we could go for the Tentacle and just kill the Ziggs. Maybe that's a consideration. Maybe we go like this, prevent some of the burn. Take the 6 damage from the Acolyte. A second round of negation? I think I'm a... Oh, Pokestick, okay. Ah, that's really bad. Yeah, I forgot about Pokestick being a punish, right? That's really bad because now our Tentacle gets reset. We're still taking all that damage from the Acolyte, no matter what we do. I guess we can kill the Acolyte with a Sharp Sight on the open. We take 6, and we have the Tentacle on the field. Alright, so we can kill it with the Sharp Sight. We could also just Champion Strength, but that doesn't make sense because we don't have any units to actually do it with. The problem is that the opponent has multiple Acolytes, so we go like this. And the Acolytes are not big enough that I'm never winning. So the Acolytes are not big enough that I don't think I'm ever actually pushing enough damage to kill them. Yeah, again, another Acolyte. Great. And this is where this deck becomes so freaking ridiculous. Like, what am I supposed to do about that, you know? Like, what am I supposed to do about that? I don't even know. I don't even care about the Scout, right? I don't even care about the Scout at this point. Opponent just gets a second 6 as well. Opponent gets a second 6 as well. And put the Darking Aegis on this. We might just have to go for... We might just have to go for a Champion Strength next turn. But the opponent also has the stun. If I can survive this turn. If I can No, I'm not surviving this turn, right? Because any unit I summon is burning me 2. Opponent easily has another Acolyte to stun my unit. So this is going to be 6 damage. Oh, I have to block that. So I have to block that. And then we go for the Champion Strength. Opponent already committed double round of negation. So if we go like this, we go down to 6. If we go here, we lose the Tentacle. We have 10. Losing the Tentacle is not an option. The stun is a big problem. Three, 7, 9. We can play everything out, including double Eye of the God. What opponent can actually just do, by the way, is just keep the mana for the Headsman to stun my Illaoi after she already buffs up. We're gonna go down to 4 here.
We move against fear.
We're gonna go down to 4 here. I want the opponent to commit their stun right now. So I want the opponent to commit their stun right now. Actually, Illaoi just straight up died. No, Illaoi will be a 10. Illaoi will be a 10 because of the... let's go. I want the opponent to commit their stun right now. We go down to 4. If opponent has anything that can destroy a mana, a landmark, they win the game. If they have anything that can destroy a landmark, they win the game because of the stun and also the fact that we're taking 2 damage, right? The fact that we're taking 2 damage here from the spawn just seals the deal for us. 6 years versus down. Oh, this was close. This was close. Yeah, this was close. They got there. And there you go. That's game. Yeah, the 6 burn just added up a lot, right? I had to risk it. I mean, maybe the play was actually just... No, because we still lose to the Rider Arcane, right? I mean, opponent had the burn there because of the Acolyte and this stuff. So GG's. In this matchup, we're going to be going up against Jinx Lulu. It might be a little bit too fast for us. We do have a decent hand. The Watchful Idol is not bad, and also the Bane is obviously really good. Eye of the God as well. This is not a bad start. This is not a bad start whatsoever. Because the Tentacle is going to get really big really quickly with the idea. Oh, we also have Champion Strength now, and we're also attacking on turn 5. We might just be able to finish this game on turn 5. Because we can play Bane. We just need to save 3 mana, right? We just need to save 3 mana and have enough units. Obviously, man, if I had Illaoi would be the perfect draw here. Illaoi would be the perfect draw to actually make this at turn 5 lethal. Without Illaoi, I don't think it's actually going to be lethal. I think it's just opponent will be able to chump block with all their units. So maybe the Champion Strength play doesn't actually make sense. Maybe it's actually better to go for the Scout and get value with Bane like this. Opponent also gets to push a ton of damage here. They get to push 4. Because the guy doesn't make sense. Maybe they get baited into not pulling with the Chumpers. Okay, I'm trading here. I just get the Tentacle back anyways. I'm kind of surprised about that. Illaoi? Oh! Okay. So we have Illaoi now. And because we have Illaoi now, I'm actually thinking of going for a Champion Strength lethal. Or do we play safe? Do we play safe and go Bane, go for the Defector, then play Illaoi? Because let's think about this, right? I could go for the Eye of the God and the Tentacle. And the Tentacle becomes a 3-3, and then it becomes even bigger, becomes a 4-4. Opponent could have Lulu to punish this. And that would be sad, but not like impossible. Yeah, that's the Lulu. We can't even attack here anymore, because if we attack, he just kills her with the Lulu. Oh, that kind of sucks. It's the same thing, though. He just trades Netstone with the Lulu here. So this kind of sucks now, right? We ended up getting punished by doing this play. At the very least, we get the Lulu to 1 HP, which is better than nothing. So I think we take it. We get the Lulu to 1 HP. Opponent might be tempted not to block because we could have access to Sharp Sight, and they decide not to block. Because they have Lulu, I think I'm actually gonna... I mean, we're really committed to kind of going for the Champion Strength play. But this would allow us to literally level up Illaoi. Opponent could sacrifice their Chumpers here. I want to summon... Opponent could just pass, by the way. Which would be really scary. Maybe they're just gonna go for the damage instead. Yeah, maybe they're just gonna go for the damage instead. If they go for the damage instead, that's good for us. Because I think Champion Strength just wins us the game, by the way. Because of the Overwhelm. Like, if they don't pull... Okay, as long as we don't go down to... Get excited range, I think we're fine. I also don't want to lose the Illaoi to a Mystic, though. So we're gonna go to 5. Opponent's gonna have 6 mana. If they have Get Excited plus Mystic, we lose the game, or double Get Excited. But if I put the Illaoi into Mystic or Get Excited range, I'm losing anyways. The only way that we win here is gonna be Champion Strength, so it's gonna be either the opponent has it or they don't. They do have enough mana for the double Get Excited discard if they have it. Otherwise, this is finishing the game because the Illaoi Overwhelm is gonna be enough to finish it. Okay. They could still have the burn, right? They could still have the Get Excited plus the Mystic and just decided to wait it out. No. Okay, yeah, so this is game. Because the Illaoi is going to become a 17 attack unit and also going to level up. And they were able to attack again with them because they have Scout. And yeah. Champion Strength. Champion Strength. Very good card, even on this deck that doesn't really have elusives to kind of take advantage of it. But with the Overwhelm Illaoi that gets buffed from both the Tentacle, it just adds up so easily. So GG's. In this matchup, we're gonna get Ziggs Acolytes. It's gonna be very annoying. Honestly, if I'm being completely honest, it's gonna be whether the opponent has the Acolyte on turn 1 or not. So I'm gonna try to greed out for a more powerful play like Illaoi, because I think that we need to be able to have a big Illaoi to actually be able to win this game. We have a pretty good hand here between the Eye of the God, the Watchful Idol, and the Illaoi to potentially actually just turbo level Illaoi really quickly. The problem is that we're not attacking on turn 4, we're attacking on turn 5. So we will be able to open attack with the Illaoi, and now we also have the Seas Boys, and we have the Eye of the God. Oh wow, okay, so this is not looking bad. This is looking pretty good for us. This is looking pretty good for us. Okay, no, they have an Acolyte. They have an Acolyte. They have an Acolyte. I need to do the Eye now, right? Because this Tentacle is gonna be a 4, right? We'll have to take the 5. We'll have to take the 5. This Tentacle is gonna become a 4/4. Still vulnerable to quite a few things. If opponent is trading their Acolyte here, I think I'm okay with this. Because remember, opponent didn't get... Okay, I think I'm okay with this. Opponent did not get access to... Okay, well, I was gonna say opponent didn't get access to the Reliquary, but of course they have it now, right? So now that they have it, this is gonna be a little bit more dicey. I think I have to sacrifice into the Acolyte regardless, and just try to go for the Illaoi play.
I got it.
Opponent doesn't even go for it. Because we could go Illaoi into Aina Kaboros. Opponent's trying to set up for a Pokestick. What is this play? What am I playing against? Is it ever better to play the Watchful Idol and the Eye of the God instead? Maybe. Make the Tentacle as big as we can. We can decide next time. We can also have Tentacle Smash. The problem is this Acolyte. The problem is this Acolyte, right? Opponent probably has a Rite of Arcane. We can play Illaoi here.
And be tested.
Go like this. This is gonna make the Illaoi pretty big. Okay, so opponent easily has a Rite of Arcane. I don't think I have the plays to actually play the Eye of the God. I don't think I actually have the room to play the Eye of the God. Okay, so if we go like this, right? Illaoi goes up to 5, but then she's dying to what's it called? Opponent still traces the Tentacle.
Why are you
She's
wasting life?
okay, I think I'm gonna go like this. I think I'm gonna play safe. I'm gonna play safe for now. Just get my value here. Opponent trades. Okay, the fact that they didn't trade. Okay, keeping Illaoi alive seems really weird to me. I don't like that about the opponent. I think they actually should have killed it. I know they have a Pokestick, right? They definitely have a Pokestick based on their attack from last turn. Drop the Bomb also does it. So Pokestick or Drop the Bomb kill the here. Okay, so they do have the Rite of Arcane then, right? They do have the Rite of Arcane, otherwise that makes no sense. Like the way that they were doing things. The Rite of Arcane here doesn't even matter because we have a second Illaoi, so we're kind of chilling. We could have saved it by playing the Dark Ages. And maybe that's actually correct. Because now their Illaoi gets to restart. Yeah, maybe that was correct. Maybe it was supposed to be the Dark Ages to play around the Rite of Arcane. I like the fact that we have a Browwing now. One is gonna play another Reliquary. We could technically... Okay, well, I'm gonna go here first. We can go like this. We'll take the 5. We'll play the Eye of the God right here. This is lethal in the open, by the way. This is lethal in the open because we can automatic a Boros. Right? We can automatic a Boros. Drag like this. And that's 24 damage. Because the Tentacle becomes a 10-10 and Illaoi also becomes an 11-6. Okay, opponent got a pretty slow hand. They got the Reliquary. But I don't know, like, I felt like some of the passes were a little bit weird. They only have one Reliquary. It looks like they didn't top deck it after they destroyed it. So we ended up making it through to Diamond 1. So, GG's. Hey, welcome back everybody. Hope you enjoyed today's games. The deck is really fun. But like I said, it is a fair deck, right? So it does take a lot to actually get your engine online and just to finish the game. And unfortunately, in this current meta where there's a lot of unfair decks, that can take too long. Like the Reliquary decks, you can see their units can get so much bigger than us really fast by almost doing nothing. And makes it really hard when they also have like 6 to kind of burn us up and finish up the game. So a little bit unfortunate, just that we're not faster than we could be to actually be able to just win games on the spot, but it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. In terms of mulligan, I'm definitely looking for my Watchful Idol for the most part. So Watchful Idol and Broadwind are two of the great things that you could have. And I also want my champions, Bane and Illaoi. I think Bane and Illaoi are so critical in this deck that it's fine to keep them early. In fact, it was weird because in this video, and as I was playing this deck, I barely drew Illaoi. It was actually annoying me. Like, there were so many games where if I had an Illaoi, I just won. We had a few games where we did, but like most of the games that I played today as I was recording, I didn't get her. It's really important, I think, in my opinion, to have her because she just becomes so big, especially with Eye of the God. Now, do keep in mind that the Illaoi ability goes before the equipment ability, so you will miss out on 2 power if you have it attached to the Illaoi. So it's usually better to have the Eye of the God attached to a different unit that can attack before Illaoi, so that the spawn happens and then Illaoi can get an additional 2 power. But anyways, let's see. Aside from that, yeah. So Watchful Idol, Eye of the God, Watchful Idol, Broadwind are really my 2 keeps. If I really have a good enough early hand, then I don't mind keeping 1 Eye of the God and then just your champions to kind of be more consistent. That's all I have for you all today. Remember to check out Raphterra's channel if you want a more in-depth guide or more gameplay on this deck. Otherwise, you can like our video below and subscribe to us. We post LOR videos every single day, and we're so close to 5,000. So let's do the road to 5,000 before the end of the year. You can also find us on Twitch at Sirturmund. We stream every now and then, and you can also find us on Discord and Twitter. The links to those are both in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all again tomorrow.